darling station, The Living Television. We are at it again today, your favorite program, Issues of the Moment. Issues of the Moment comes to you from the stable of The Living Television. Today, we are going to discuss, as usual, sundry issues. And as you look at the stream, we'll be rolling some of the things we are going to talk about today. And then I'm sure you are sitting tight to watch this program. And today, my guest, the people who always love to listen to because of their wealth of experience, and also Nigerians here who are very, very conversant with the happenings in this nation. I'm sure you'll enjoy today's on. From my far left, I have St. Moses Ogbonna. St. Moses Ogbonna is a philosopher, a practicing lawyer, and also a human rights activist and a public affairs analyst. St. Moses Ogbonna, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you, moderator and Nigerians. Good morning.
After him, I have Comrade Nnamdi Lekwachi. Comrade Nnamdi Lekwachi is a historian, a political affairs analyst, and a public affairs analyst. Comrade Nnamdi Lekwachi, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me join you. It's such a privilege. Good day, viewers.
Today, we are starting with a battle between the governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, and also with the EFCC. It has been alleged that the Central Bank governor has been bankrolling the terrorists, most of the terrorists and Nigerians here, is alleged. And he has not been in the country for quite some time now, since December, and he's back. He came in yesterday and was in the office yesterday. It was also alleged that the EFCC stormed the DSS stormed his office this morning. The DSS has debunked that, claims of arrest by him. So, but what are we looking at today here? This idea of this man sponsoring a terrorist has always been there. And the DSS attempting to arrest him has always been there. Is a man as highly blessed as Emefiele, a Nigerian, handling one of the important parastatals in this country. I'm coming to you, comrade. Is it possible that he will do such a thing as alleged?
Well, you know, in Nigeria, we wake up to frightening and shocking news every other day. Remember some time ago during his presidency, Goodluck Jonathan said he would not be shocked if a member of his cabinet were to be a sponsor or a sympathizer of the Boko Haram movement. And that speaks to something. It speaks to the fact that many people within the establishment know one or two things about terrorism or terrorism financing in Nigeria. Remember very well that there are still allegations. You understand? Allegations brought against some persons who are also in the race to the presidential election come next month. So it is something that cannot be wished away. So it's also something that cannot be treated with a kiss glove. But I want to come from this perspective. You see, sometime in 2014, it was also alleged that the successor to Emefiele, you understand, that's Mahamudu Sanusi, was also sponsoring terrorists. His own case, he went to court and he even defeated the federal government, and I think the DSS or the EFCC were actually slammed with 50 million naira fine. But in this case now, what we saw was that there was a virtual injunction coming from the court stopping the DSS from arresting this man. And I have issue with that. I wouldn't know what that means. The same thing happened in the case of Odele and the EFCC, where Peter Odele, the former governor of Rivers State, was able to get a virtual injunction from the court. Nobody should be above the law. And then there is also the Evidence Act, which says he who asserts must prove. If the DSS had actually asserted something or tried to establish something, it's also left for them to prove. The honest the burden of proof is on them to establish their fact. And mind you, we are not talking about a naked security network. We are even talking about a sophisticated intelligence security network, saying that this man is financing terrorism. And there is no immunity, to the best of my knowledge whatsoever. There is no immunity covering the person of anything. He doesn't have immunity, unlike the president, the vice, the governors, and the deputies. So MFA doesn't have immunity. So if there is such allegation in external crimes, as they say it, the first thing would have been him to resign and submit himself to the law. But let us also not try to isolate the fact that he may have come, you understand, or he may have stepped on the toes of some persons within the establishment, because a coexisting with his case, or existing side by side with his case, is also the perceived persecution on the person of the INEC chairman, the electoral umpire. Yes, so, and we saw that there were policies that have actually been brought into place, and actually they have to do with monetary policies, which may affect the way of executive election in Nigeria. You understand? The traditional way. So some persons are also saying that this is an organized or a targeted attack at his person. You understand? Against his person. Okay. You understand? To to bring him down, since he had insisted on going with the monetary policy, the withdrawal limits we all know about.
Yeah. St. Moses, when talking about Emefiele and how highly blessed because of his position in the national economy of this great country, and with that devious allegation of sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria, and then there have been several attempts by the DSS, and then the court coming up with a perpetual injunction on that, which makes it look as if, you know, there is a saying in this profession that there is an element of truth in every rumor. So what's your take on that?
We're in a democratic dispensation where the rule of law not only must operate, must be seen to be operating. You see, a situation you just wake up and say, Emefiele is sponsoring me. I get worried when somebody says there is a perpetual injunction. It's training the DSS from arresting. That wasn't what happened. It was the DSS that went to court, asking the court to give them an order to arrest Emefiele. The court says, what you are saying is very weighty. There is no element of, that's what we call prima facie evidence. He is sponsoring terrorists. You did not say so terrorist, so event or incident that occurred so place. There is a point towards him that says it is you. There's no such evidence. You just write, come with a relative, I arrest you, and detain you. The court says, okay, you've been arresting people without the court giving you order. Yes. Why do you come here now on the Emefiele without anything we will hold on to say that it is possible? Because prima facie is saying, when you allege that thing you allege, somebody looking at it, we say, it is possible this thing happened. If we look at this thing you are saying, just looking at it, it is possible. Prof, you went to St. Moses, you left, St. Moses died. And if somebody saying it is Prof that killed St. Moses, prima facie evidence is saying, it is possible that Prof went there. It is possible Prof killed St. Moses. That prima facie. Without going into investigation. In the case of Emefiele, there is nothing that is being pointed out that Emefiele did that is pointing towards sponsoring terrorism. Court says, bring out more facts. please put him on notice. Let him come to defend himself. Remember, they were asking for what we call a court order without putting him on notice. Because it's put him on notice. They were unable. There is nothing that has been put forward. The next thing they did, because he has come back, they went and arrested him. Listen, the rule of law says anybody who want to arrest, even now, you must investigate him. See that there is a possible act before you can arrest him. But in Nigeria, if you go there now, in any police station, in fact, if you did not put your petition very well, the policeman will ask you, give me something, let me write the petition for you.
They do it.
A policeman who does not even know me will write the petition, approve it, and they ask you to bring money. You bring money, and I will be arrested. Before you know it, I will be subjected to bail. And you know what bail in Nigeria means. The other day, somebody called me. You know, they are here. They are here command in Naba. For you to arrest somebody in Nigeria, somebody who has committed a serious offense that is being seen, you pay 150,000, 200,000 to the police for an arrest. And when the police has arrested that person, they will now begin to ask you, that person, to be taken on police bail. 150 to 200,000 for arrest, 300,000. The other person, a lawyer told me that for them to go to work, I don't want to say here, ask her to pay 300,000, and they cleared to pay the 300,000. When they got to, they did not get the suspect. They came back. They're asking for another money. Do you know what I asked them? No. A policeman that gave me that bill. I said, with the 200,000, I will quickly secure an assassin. With 200,000, that person will be assassinated. That is why we have a serious crime in this country. Because ordinary citizens of this country cannot secure justice because they do not have the money. And then, whatever is the problem, let the police come with an evidence that shows that Emefiele is not a small person. He is the governor of Central Bank. And the court says, when you bring this thing, you just wrote, what is his name? Something Emefiele.
Godwin
Emefiele. You did not state to the court who he is. But that the court, that they know, that the only one who Emefiele is not to them, is the Central Bank. How can you ask the court to make an order to arrest the Godwin Emefiele, who is a Central Bank governor? If you mean well, if you are sincere, without saying the Godwin Emefiele we are talking about is the Central Bank governor. I am saying, let the DSS come with a prima facie evidence proving that Godwin Emefiele, that is the Central Bank governor, as the court has stated, is possible to have sponsored. Otherwise, we will be saying that because he has introduced the new currency, and because the people who have been carrying their own monies in bullion van to buy these votes can no longer be able to do this. They want to intimidate Godwin Emefiele to increase the withdrawable fund, to make it possible so that Nigerians can withdraw millions and begin to buy vote, we are saying, go through the middle. God is with you. Go ahead. Change this currency, making it possible for votes to be bought, so that we will see that people who are voted for are people
You see,
who are voted
I have.
Okay, before you
yes.
to add to this, before we go over to the main issue for today, I also wanted to look at this Emefiele vowing to work under President Muhammadu Buhari's direction.
Yeah.
I'm talking about working under Muhammadu Buhari's direction. That means taking whatever the president has asked him to do.
Yes.
And then considering so many things the president had done, both in the positive and the negative,
yes.
and then what are Nigerians expecting from him?
Thank you so much. What Nigerians expect from Emefiele is to be robust, is to be decisive and be just. You understand? To stand in the truth. But I have this to say, you see, why is it that Emefiele, who said in October last year, when he was initiating or trying to introduce these policies, that he had the blessings of the president? If he had the blessings of the president, who is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, why would he also leave the country? For this not
He said he was on a vacation.
On a vacation, and we all know it.
Is you leaving the country?
I'm coming to something.
Does it point towards the
I'm coming to something. You see, we were all in this country when the United Arab Emirates, the Emirati Authority, said within their territory, they found people who were sympathizers of Boko Haram, who were sending money to them. And they said also that one of the persons, you understand, the persons they caught, mentioned, is an APC Kakari member somewhere in one of the places in the north. And they told the federal government to do the needful. They sent the list. But the federal government, as we speak now, the Attorney General is still sitting on that list. Nobody knows who is in the list or who is not in the list, who is on the list or who is not on the list. But that's it again. I think there is more to this Emefiele issue. You understand? And I'm saying this why I am not saying that he is financing terrorism. No, it's far from it. But I'm saying something. You see, we have to begin to tell ourselves the truth. What is the president and what is the presidency? That's what we should be talking about now. What is the president, or who is the president, and who is or who are the presidents?
The trials are the presidents.
Because Emefiele told us that he had the blessings of President Muhammadu Buhari to go about the introduction of the bank note. And that time, there was no allegation whatsoever of him financing terror.
Yes.
You understand?
Good.
And even though the president was away then, the president was outside the country then,
yes.
He said he talked to the president, and the president gave him the go-ahead of that. You understand? Now, the president also came back and reaffirmed that he is supporting Emefiele. Only for us to start hearing that Emefiele, who had been CBN governor from almost from the get-go of this administration, is now a terror financier. You see, there are things I want Nigerians to begin to interrogate more. You understand? And all these things are happening with it. Like I did say again, I said, he is not the only person suspected to be suspected to be recently. The INEC chairman who has been there, you understand? Okay. Yes, it's now, in fact, there have been calls for his resignation from some others too.
Comrade, I want to answer. You see, I did logic.
Yeah.
I have degree in logic. When you posit your premises, and you begin to build your argument, and the conclusion cannot point towards the premise, the table cannot stop, cannot go. The terrorists are the people who kidnap them.
Who kidnapped
People. And after kidnapping, they will ask for ransom. And the ransom is given in Nigerian
currency.
If Emefiele is a sponsor of and changing the currency abruptly will truncate easy securing of Nigeria currency, except to transfer, because by what MFL is doing, a large sum of money that you want to use to settle,
To pay for ransom.
pay for everything up, has to be by transfer. If Emefiele is a sponsor of terrorism, do you think he will embark on such project? Do you think so? If Buhari is one who wants the Tory election and for Tinubu to win, do you also think he will sponsor, he will support what Emefiele is doing?
That was why I raised that motion. I said, we have to begin to talk about the president.
Hold their temperature now.
And who the presidency is or
Hold
not.
their temperature. It is the presidency that is pursuing this Emefiele.
No, we are not coming to the same.
Because these presidency people are the people who want to stop Emefiele. You remember when, before they accused the INEC chairman of sponsoring terrorism?
INEC chairman or the CBN government.
The INEC chairman, you mentioned INEC
No,
chairman.
he wasn't accused of sponsoring terrorism.
He was accused of what?
The INEC chairman is being, there are allegations that said that he's corrupt, that he fired, in fact, when he was fighting for code of conduct, he didn't list some properties.
Before any allegation of the INEC chairman,
So this was not on terrorism.
remember INEC chairman insisted on rivers.
You see, we
now.
are still saying the same thing. Well, I say that to the extent, because I understand that Emefiele is not enjoying any. He shouldn't be seen that he is a special citizen. He's just a public servant. But where I have issue is that I say that this is coinciding with the same time they are saying that they now see somebody submitted file many years ago. It is today that you are perusing through the file and to see that he has property in the United Kingdom he didn't tell you he had before. And we're not saying let the INEC chairman go. I'm talking about the INEC chairman.
Okay,
At the same time, we're not saying let the governor of the CBN go. And we understood that this person brought about some policies. But
Let's because
We are saying he should go. Those who are saying the INEC chairman should go.
yes,
are saying
if you look at what is happening, they do.
they
Both
are
INEC chairman and
thinking about some policy changes.
they are like they've stepped on some toes because
That's what I said. I said
because
it
of
before.
their recent
policies.
Yeah, because of their recent policy.
Innovations.
And you know, even it started with the federal house to start with the Emefiele, and then the other big-time politicians on the INEC chairman. Okay, being that as amen, let's go ahead because the issue we are going to really dwell so much on, we are going to be on it until we go on break and then also come back. And as soon as we come back, we are going to open our phone lines for you to call in, make your contributions, tell us where you're calling from, and not just about your contributions. If you have questions, then you ask. Then this is about the Tinubu-Shettima Presidential Campaign Council. They have called on security agencies in the country to arrest the PDP presidential candidate, that is Atiku Abubakar, for alleged stealing of public funds through special purpose vehicles. And then this allegation was made by joint media directorates of the PCC, that is Presidential Campaign Council of the APC, at the World Press Conference in Abuja just yesterday. They are asking for both the EFCC, the Nigerian police, the ICPC to come after Atiku. Let us look at that, and then there are so many other things, even the real outlaws areas that should be looked at while arresting this man. And they gave names, but let us look at this. First and foremost, let me start with you.
I thought we would have seen the clips you are talking about.
Yes, yeah. The two of them are there. The Tinubu and Atiku, they are there. But yes, because it is a war between the two of them. As we read that, we will see what Atiku owned now, so what Atiku is also saying about that. But let us start with this accusation and calling for these other agencies to arrest Atiku. And then are they just realizing that now because he's contesting, or is it a fact?
Nobody is realizing anything. Somebody made an accusation.
Yes.
Let us see the accusation that was made so that it will form the basis of our discussion. Because we are on air.
Yes.
So that nobody will accuse you of saying what is not true.
So let us have a look at this accusation. Though is written, even the people who mentioned it, like Dele Ateke.
I think allegation.
Yes, it is allegation. Yes, it is allegation. Those dates were quoted and so on. But let us see, because Dele Ateke came out openly to say that the PDP candidate deserved to be arrested following the evidence that he abused his office as a vice president from 1999 to 2000. So let's see this thing on the screen. Let's look at it on the screen, and then before we continue.
Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me,
Have you heard that Living Television, the latest satellite station on SatView channel, is received all over Nigeria and Africa? You can watch Living Television on every free-to-air HD decoder, including Strong HD and CSAT HD. Why keep paying for monthly subscriptions when you can have fun for free? With Living Television, you can watch lots of wrestling, football, documentaries, and Nigerian films, including discussions and debates on current Nigeria issues. Watch free live matches on La Liga Spain cum Serie A, Italy cum Bundesliga, German League 1, and French matches on over 80 premium channels. Wow! You can also sponsor your programs such as live church services and crusades, political rallies, burial and wedding ceremonies, promotional interviews, announcements, advertisements, documentaries, and commercials. We are situated at number 1 Judges Street off Ikoregbane Road, Aba, Abia State. For further enquiries, call 0805 367 3900. Signed, Management.
allow me,
And so you can keep on watching Living TV. I can say in pidgin English. Living TV. Unade Kampe.
Living Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me,
Have you heard that Living Television, the latest satellite station on SatView channel, is received all over Nigeria and Africa? You can watch Living Television on every free-to-air HD decoder, including Strong HD and CSAT HD. Why keep paying for monthly subscriptions when you can have fun for free? With Living Television, you can watch lots of wrestling, football, documentaries, and Nigerian films, including discussions and debates on current Nigeria issues. Watch free live matches on La Liga Spain cum Serie A, Italy cum Bundesliga, German League 1, and French matches on over 80 premium channels. Wow! You can also sponsor your programs such as live church services and crusades, political rallies, burial and wedding ceremonies, promotional interviews, announcements, advertisements, documentaries, and commercials. We are situated at number 1 Judges Street off Ikoregbane Road, Aba, Abia State. For further enquiries, call 0805 367 3900. Signed, Management.
allow me,
way to go. I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know. I want to know which way Nigeria is heading to. Many years after independence, we still find it hard to start. How long shall we be patient before we reach the promised land? Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way? Which way Nigeria? Tell me which way to go. I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know. Yes, I want to know which way Nigeria is heading to. Every little thing that goes wrong, we start to blame the government. We know everything that goes wrong because we are part of the government. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way? Which way Nigeria? Tell me which way to go. Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know. Want to know which way Nigeria is heading to. Inefficiency and indiscipline is ruining the country now. Corruption here, there, and everywhere. Inflation is soaring high. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh sure, sure. I want to know. Yes, I want to know which way Nigeria is heading to. We made mistakes during the oil boom, not knowing that was our doom. Some people now have everything, while many, many have nothing. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't fall. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know. Yes, I want to know which way Nigeria is heading to. Green revolution is a reality. Let's give it a chance to grow. Let's join our hands to farm the land so we can have enough food to show. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Way to go. I love my fatherland. Oh sure. I want to know. Yes, I want to know which way Nigeria is heading to. Our ambition to be millionaires is running the country down. We all want to be millionaires and to live in the air. Oh, let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know. Yes, we want to know which way Nigeria is heading to. Remember that a simple step is the beginning of a million miles. Let's start right now to repeat ourselves so as to make the country smile. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way? Which way Nigeria? Heaven and earth will pass away. It is written in the book of God. The good people we shall find their ways, and the meek will inherit the world. Let's save Nigeria, so Nigeria won't fall. Which way Nigeria? Which way? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yes. I want to know. We want to know which way Nigeria is heading.
heard that Living Television, the latest satellite station on SatView channel, is received all over Nigeria and Africa? You can watch Living Television on every free-to-air HD decoder, including Strong HD and CSAT HD. Why keep paying for monthly subscriptions when you can have fun for free? With Living Television, you can watch lots of wrestling, football, documentaries, and Nigerian films, including discussions and debates on current Nigeria issues. Watch free live matches on La Liga Spain cum Serie A, Italy cum Bundesliga, German League 1, and French matches on over 80 premium channels. Wow! You can also sponsor your programs such as live church services and crusades, political rallies, burial and wedding ceremonies, promotional interviews, announcements, advertisements, documentaries, and commercials. We are situated at number 1 Judges Street off Ikorekmane Road, Aba, Abia State. For further enquiries, call 0805 367 3900. Signed, Management.
And so you can keep on watching Living TV. I can say in Pidgin English. Living TV. Unade Kampe.
Living. Allow me to enjoy myself. I love you. Oh, yeah.
Have you heard that Living Television, the latest satellite station on SatView channel, is received all over Nigeria and Africa? You can watch Living Television on every free-to-air HD decoder, including Strong HD and CSAT HD. Why keep paying for monthly subscriptions when you can have fun for free? With Living Television, you can watch lots of wrestling, football, documentaries, and Nigerian films, including discussions and debates on current Nigeria issues. Watch free live matches on La Liga Spain cum Serie A, Italy cum Bundesliga, German League 1, and French matches on over 80 premium channels. Wow! You can also sponsor your programs such as live church services and crusades, political rallies, burial and wedding ceremonies, promotional interviews, announcements, advertisements, documentaries, and commercials. We are situated at number 1 Judges Street off Ikorekmane Road, Aba, Abia State. For further enquiries, call 0805 367 3900. Signed, Management.
I love you.
Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know. Yes, I want to know. Which way Nigeria is heading to? Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know. I want to know. Which way Nigeria is heading to? Many years after independence, we still find it hard to start. How long shall we be patient before we reach the promised land? Let's save Nigeria.